10 people leave nice comments. One person leaves something cruel. Guess which one we are still thinking about at midnight, word for word, while the 10 kind ones have already faded into nothing by breakfast. We did not choose to remember it that way. No one sits down and decides a single insult matters more than a dozen compliments combined. The brain makes that call automatically, instantly, before we even have a chance to weigh the feedback fairly. We often mistake this for emotional fragility or worry that we're giving strangers too much power over our day. In reality, we're watching a primal filter execute its code. It's an ancient system, and it was never built to be fair. This is negativity bias. Negative events carry more psychological weight than positive ones. Even if balanced in number, the mind perceives the negative as the heavier force. This scales everywhere. A single mistake can overshadow a long string of wins. Rather than a mood problem or a streak of pessimism, this is a heavily replicated structural feature of the human mind. Because our brains are wired to weigh the bad heavier than the good, our daily emotional reality is governed by an ancient, unbalanced equation rather than logic. The logic behind this imbalance is almost mathematical. In the ancestral world, survival depended on understanding asymmetric consequences. Failing to notice a predator in the grass resulted in immediate death. There was no second chance to learn that lesson. But missing an opportunity, like a bush full of berries, usually just meant no gain that day. The bush was still there tomorrow. Ancestors who were highly paranoid and remembered threats longest were the ones who survived long enough to pass their genes forward. Our modern attention spans are not broken. They are inherited, hyper-vigilant defense systems designed by evolution to prioritize survival over happiness. Now picture that same threat-scanning circuit pointed at a digital feed instead of a forest. Social media platforms discovered this bias by measuring millisecond-level responses to different types of content. They found that our attention locks onto negative stimuli far faster than positive ones. These platforms prioritize retention above all else, often by amplifying the exact triggers that once kept our ancestors alert to danger. Because our brains prioritize threat-shaped information, the algorithms naturally elevate content that looks like a risk to our social standing or safety. This data visualization shows the result. Digital outrage and negative news travel significantly further across a network than agreement or good news. The system rewards the signal that triggers the most alarm. We call it doom scrolling, but scientifically, it's just our survival circuit doing its job, scanning for danger and storing the bad news deep in our memory. By optimizing for the very signals we evolved to fear, the feed converts our biological need for safety into a metric for engagement. It creates a loop that keeps the alarm ringing to ensure we never look away. The problem is that our threat circuit assumes every danger is local and actionable, like a predator we can actually run from. But we cannot act on a global financial crisis or a distant internet troll. These threats are unresolvable by the person scrolling on the phone. This creates a biological bottleneck. As the diagram shows, incoming threat signals accumulate and overload the brain's processing hub. Without an outgoing release valve, a physical way to resolve the danger, the evolutionary alarm stays lit all day. Running an ancient security system on a constant stream of distant, unresolvable inputs is the mechanical root cause of modern digital exhaustion. The cruel comment you remember at midnight didn't stick because it was true, or even because it was important. It stuck because it successfully hijacked a primal defense mechanism. Ruminating on negativity or falling into a doom scroll doesn't mean you're oversensitive. It means your internal security system is responding to the exact inputs it was designed to prioritize. You are operating perfectly on a survival system that is simply doing its job in a world that has finally learned how to keep the alarm ringing forever.